right, guys, welcome back to the Alliance Duel. And wanted to drop right in here and show you the tragic news. Our friend Harcold is gone. And what we saw here was a coordinated effort between three of the nations, France and Great Britain. And it turns out that Sweden came down as well with a force. And I think it's a pretty wise one. We talked a little bit in our coalition about attacking the center man here early. If we could get Harcold and Carried and I attacking in here early in the game. So we need to experiment with that a little bit. I went ahead and just took the very first duel that was offered to me, but it's been a great learning experience. And we'll see what happens because we're still holding out. I don't think anybody else has lost any territory, and we're still shuttling and moving around the board. So we'll see what happens. We're not ready to concede, not even kind of yet. So let me just tell you what else has been going on around the map. So Power of Us, he did go briefly inactive, and then he came back in a day later or something, and that really kind of hurt him because this game, I think, had 3 days leading up. It was like one day where you couldn't, one day where you couldn't do anything at all, and I think 2 days where you could still do stuff, but you couldn't attack, so 2 peace days. And so we needed to be packing those peace days with just everything, like by day 2, you can have level 2 forts. By day 2, you can have armored cars on the field. Pretty sure I haven't built any armored cars this game, but I'm pretty sure you can build them. I've been building these cavalry offensive units, but we got to develop our strategy early on. Here's what we are going to be doing. I will tell you this, though, is we're going to be going ahead and playing some practice games. So you can play inter-alliance games, and I believe I'm allowed to make one per month. So you can go ahead and start those up so that we can practice like 5-on-5 scrimmages against each other. So that's what's coming down the pike next. If you're a viewer and you're interested in taking part in that, do go ahead and go over to our Alliance server on Discord. I'm going to go ahead and share that link in the description below. And in fact, I'm going to go back and put it in the description of the other ones. It belongs in the description of these videos. So what's going on up here is we have had a back and forth here now between us over here, Sweden and I. Sweden did declare war on me, so that's good. At least I didn't have to declare war on him. And we've just gone back and forth. I've tried to probe in. I've attacked along his coast up here, in and up, and he's been able to move forces to defend in time every single time. So good defensive play for him. He also had some armored cars, which I go on and on about how good armored cars are. They really are great. Very effective, very fast, very good defense. So good play from our opponents, but we already knew that with the coordinated attack they initiated at the very beginning here. And I think that's great. That's great news. Solid play. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm moving in with 21. Going to go for a full-throated attack here. I can't tell if he's building a fort or not, but what he certainly does see is that I'm coming up and around the bend up here with a full 14. So we'll see what he's got up here. He does have a fortress. And kind of what I love here, though, is that here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and let this one attack into here. But what I can do is I can just bypass this fort and just continue running on down here. So that seems like it will be a lot of fun. And, I could actually coordinate it with an attack. Look at how long that is, though. That is a lot of enemy territory. I would be in enemy territory for days. Remembering I'm going at 1/3 speed, so my infantry would be traveling at 12. He could literally go 3 times that distance with any of his infantry. He could get there within. That's a terrible idea that I had. Although I could go in and then down with that 21. That's not 21, 14. That's a decent sized stack that I can attack into pretty much anywhere. But my God, it's going to be slow. It's going to be so slow. At the same time, though, he'll be dealing with this 21 down here. So I'm attacking him with 14 and 21 at the same time. He did. Sweden ran into over here and took part in some of the destruction down here. Although he didn't take any territory, he ran down there with 47-ish guys and I think a couple armored cars. So that was a big waste of his time. Evidently, he didn't get any territory, and he ended up sending a big force down, and now is going to have to retreat back. So that's about all that's going on over here. What I did notice is that we can see Morocco's coming up through here. And what we really needed to do, and here's something else that did happen, is Spain threw a bunch of guys against this fort and this fort here and lost a significant stack there. So what should have been a unified invasion into southern France um, really ended up becoming a staggered thing. And so that was our initial strategy. And I think it's a sound strategy. I like the strategy, but we have to be very, very clear up front. And that falls on me as a leader. I think the next time we play this, I think the play is that Spain stacks here, and then Morocco just sends everything up through here, maybe keeping a little bit back for coastal defense, but I think overall just sends everything up there. And then you just attack into southern France. When you attack into southern France, you remove all the pressure from Germany, from France over here. Now, Germany still has to worry about his, two enemies to his north, Sweden and England. So he still has to be careful with his coast. But he can afford to send, let's say, maybe half of his power into Austria-Hungary here. I can send more than half of my power because I really only have to pinch off a couple places up here. Keep a couple places secure. I have to watch for my border as well, but I think that's one of the risks I might take. I might send 2/3 of my forces in here. So we have half of Germany, 2/3 of Russia, and then thinking about Italy down here. Italy, if Italy is dealing with France, then Italy has problems. But if France is being attacked, heavily attacked, then Italy can also attack in. So I'm thinking that's the way to go. That was my initial plan, but what I'm going to do in the future, we just kind of got challenged and we're like, okay, yeah, let's go. In the future, I want to have, again, we're going to go to the Discord. I'm going to open up a channel for people who are interested in playing. And once we have our 10, because I assume it's going to be a practice 5-on-5, I think that's what we should do. Once we have our 10, I'm going to close that channel to only the people who are invited can be there. And then I'll cast the game. I will cast the game. It's not like I'm trying to keep everyone else from taking part or learning, because I want the entire alliance to learn. So I will cast it. We will talk about strategy and so forth. But the reason I'm going to close it is because I want to talk strategy with my main 5 without a lot of the chatter that will come from other people coming into that channel and talking. So that's kind of the plan moving forward. So right now, let's just see what happens. I've got 2 attacks coming in up here to Sweden, one from the underbelly, one around the corner here. Let's see if anything comes of that. I do have a long-term attack here. So I'll tell you what I've been doing, just fruitlessly, just stupidly. I've been down here with, I think 50 men, but I've already moved 10 out, and now I'm moving 20 more out. I had like 50 men and a bunch of horses, and they've all just been waiting for this AI right here to be my friend. And he never did. This AI up here became my friend. Poland became my friend. This AI down here, Bulgaria, became my friend, but not Romania. Romania, you son of a bitch. Because as soon as, if he would have become my friend, I had a really nice invasion force. So I'll chalk a little bit of this game up to bad luck, because I really could have helped Germany if I could have attacked and taken some of Austria-Hungary, because you can see Austria-Hungary did attack up into Germany a little bit there. So luck didn't go our way, and we didn't have good planning ahead of time. So this is a great learning experience, though, for everyone involved. And also anybody who's interested in alliance play, I hope you're watching this, because this is, potentially could be a loss. It's looking like, if we lose an entire guy, that gives them a significant advantage, to say nothing of the fact that they now own his territory. So that's kind of like adding insult to injury there. But we're going to go ahead and fight it out, of course, and see what we can do, because you never know. I'm a chess player from way back, and you can be a rook down, and if the other player makes a bumble, or if you get really lucky, you can even it back up. So we're sticking in this game. We're going to see what we can do with things, and not giving up, absolutely not giving up, and continuing to battle. Now, I did see Austria-Hungary is gathering a force here. So it's very likely that he's going to be coming in and attacking over here. That's why I have a level 2 fort building. So I hope to meet him there with a level 2 fort and 30 guys. 30 guys in level 2 should handle quite the stack. But he's got a lot, and he hasn't lost a lot. He didn't have to lose much up here because the main battles were over when he attacked up into there. So we will see what happens. Not super stoked about this game necessarily in terms of us winning, but I'm absolutely stoked about this potential for this game to be really exciting tournament play between us and other alliances. So moving forward, we're going to learn and get better and better. So hang in there, guys. Let's go ahead and clock out of this guy, and we'll see y'all next time. So adios, amigos.